Teacher Kim here. Hi, welcome back to my channel. Oh, sorry. I was looking at my VIPKid app and I just saw I had new feedback. So technically, today is my 2-year anniversary with VIPKid. I got the badge about 2 days ago, but I think today was technically the day my contract started. Either way, I figured I would hop on for a few minutes. I know that everyone's busy in classes, and tomorrow Casey asked to take my day, and I have not been active on here in the last few weeks, so I figured I would hop on and say, yes, I'm still alive. I've had a lot going on. We've just been very busy. I've been very busy and very tired, and so I took some time off from YouTube, and so I'm back, and we'll be trying to start uploading some videos. I actually have a couple waiting, and new videos, go back to going live and try to get back into this. But for today, I was just going to take a few minutes to talk about, I have another class in a few minutes, to talk about VIPKid, since I have officially made it to 2 years. Wow, that is crazy. I start my 5th contract tomorrow. That is just mind-blowing that I've been with this company for 2 years, and I am loving it as much today as I did then. I'm a lot more confident now. Very nervous when I started, and I keep saying I'm going to do it, and maybe one day I will show you my very first class versus now, because I was very nervous on my very first class. And my first class was actually not until about middle of May. So I started about now, and about mid-May was my very first class, and it was a short notice booking. I think I had about 2 hours notice though. So I got up and I got a shower and I got ready. I did my makeup and I reviewed the slides and I reviewed the slides and I reviewed the slides and I did the best I could, and I never saw the kid again. And going back and looking at that class, it's no wonder I wasn't I was so nervous and I was like talking like this and I was so excited and I was like and I was freaking out. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. Teaching online is not the same as teaching in a classroom. It's very, very different. And it is a learning curve. But it is one that I'm so glad I took the time to have. What I was looking at was I have some students, regular students, who have never left me feedback. Well, one of them just left me feedback today. And I can't really show you on here very, very well. It's kind of too white screened. But I don't know if you can see all those little black are all the tags they left me. And they said this morning, but I was going to give you my stats. So as of this morning, as of today, I've been with VIPKid for 729 days. I have taught 394 students. Remember that I do this in conjunction with another company, and I had a slow start behind a lot of people. I've taught 1,278 classes with VIPKid in the last 2 years. 1,281 at the end of the day. And which means that it's 31,000 minutes of teaching. Now, compared to my other company, this is not a lot of classes, but for whatever reason, I've always had a harder time getting booked with VIPKid than my other company. So I don't know why. I open a lot more slots than that, and I'll be happy to teach a lot more than that. They just don't always book. I have some very loyal regulars that I see multiple times a week. If it wasn't for them right now, I would not have any classes, which is crazy. I have one student I see. She was twice a week, and I think I couldn't fit into her Friday schedule, so she had to change times on Friday. So she has a different teacher on Friday, so I see her once a week now. I have one student I see 2 to 3 times every week. And when I see the one that just left me the feedback, I see twice a week every week. So, and And then my student from this morning, Nick, I see him usually once a week when he books with me. I have some other kids that I've taught many, many times. I've taught about Jason before. I've taught him over 100 times. He apparently is taking some time off going back to school. So, but I just wanted to kind of hop on here and talk about my experience with VIPKid for a minute. So as I said, I started 2 years ago, which is crazy. My first month with VIPKid, which, well, in April I didn't teach any because I opened it. So I started so near the end of the month. So my first month was in May, and I taught 3 classes, 3 whole classes. And since at the time we were paid monthly, and at the time, well, even now, you need to make over 80 to get paid. I did not get paid for those, and my husband thought this was all a scam. To it, he thought that it was a waste of and bought a webcam. He thought it was my time. So, no, I didn't buy my webcam yet at that point. So I only taught 3 classes in May. In June, I taught 6 classes. Very slow start. In July, I taught, so I did get paid in July for May and June. I had taught enough to make the 80. I got my first paycheck was under 100. And then in June, I taught 21 classes. Now I realized this was legit. This was starting to take off. And from there, I have taught anywhere from, usually I averaged 30, August was low that year, my first year. But September on, I think it was, I started teaching at least 30, usually 45 classes a month. Actually, up to this past year, I've been teaching until this past month, I'm teaching about 70 to 80 classes a month. So definitely much improved from starting off with just 3. I know why I had a slow start. At the time, they did a jumpstart program to help us get bookings. And I was so nervous and so new to all this that when I did my jumpstart class, I bombed it. I looked like I was an incompetent person. I was stumbling, and I didn't extend, and I didn't encourage output, and I just did a really bad job. So I kind of deserved the no bookings in some ways. I'm a lot better at teaching now. At the time, I had a lot of trouble with that jumpstart class getting to the 25 minutes. In other classes, I had trouble staying under 30 minutes. I have taught up to, I think, 34 minutes before, but that was the student was late. And so, yeah, I had a lot of trouble at the start. I've probably done better about taking workshops. I've taken 1 workshop in the last 2 years, and that was recently, and that was for tokens. I try to do all this on my own. People will suggest that you get a mentor teacher when you're going and learning to teach ESL online, and you're like, why? And honestly, from my experience, it would have been a benefit. I figured everything out on my own, which means that part of why I didn't do as well. I didn't have anyone helping me, guiding me, encouraging me. I did after I got hired, and I booked my demo lesson. Yeah, demo lesson. I went on YouTube like all of us do, and I started searching for information. And I found Penny Davis. And so I watched her videos, and I printed out, okay, here's how new I was at this. I printed out the entire lesson. There's a lot of ink. I print out the entire lesson with trying to learn to do this. And I had the slides in front of me, and I was pretending to teach them. I went from practicing and studying and just dwelling on the lessons to now I only glance over them if it's a new lesson to me. If it's like something I haven't taught, like a new supplemental class or one of the upper levels, I have to look over those. But level 1, level 2, and even level 3 and 4, I've taught many of each of them. So especially level 1, I don't have to look over it at all. Now, of course, the new level 1, I do, but I'm about the old stuff. So I went from having a lot of prep time and a lot of making props and doing to just kind of wing it. If I don't have a prop, dun da da da, I have my whiteboard. I use this so much to learn it quicker than seeing it on there. Don't know why. And then you can always revert back to it. I actually have some, I can't reach them now, but they're down over here on the floor. Pre-made, like the pronouns are pre-made. The months, I had 2 students in the months and days of the week unit together in level 3. And so I actually just made up a paper with the months and the days of the week on it to help each of them, because it's the before and after. It made it a lot simpler for them to see it in order to do the before and after. So I use that quite a bit. And yeah, so I have, my classes are down right now. Every few months they go down and they come back up, and go down and come back up. They were down, and then I told you I've been taking a break from YouTube. Well, I've been kind of burnt out. I've been pushing myself a lot to try to teach enough classes to make up my husband's salary. So since January, I've been teaching day and night, 6 days a week, and teaching mornings 7 days a week. So night 6 days a week, and I am burnt out. I am beyond burnout, and I've made videos about burnout, and none of my own tips have been helping me. And then I made a mistake. I took a day off. And you're thinking, why is taking a day off a mistake? Okay, well, normally taking a day off is not a mistake. But for me, it was, because my body said, hey, I see what we can do. We can rest. And all of a sudden, I got out of my routine. And after my day off, I've gotten 3 teacher no-shows this month. One on a Saturday morning where I missed my alarm. And then 2 on a Thursday morning when I just slept. I set an alarm. I just slept through it. Literally, when I woke up, it said I missed all my alarms. I slept right through them and woke up at 10 o'clock that morning. So my body, knowing it could have a day off, it wanted more. Because I work a split shift, I don't get a lot of sleep at night. And some days I don't get a nap during the day, or a good one. And it just has caught up to me. So for this past week, I've been taking it easy. Like I said, I kind of slowed down on YouTube. I slowed down on everything. I've been teaching only what I was physically able to teach, because I've been physically ill, pushing myself. Be careful. Burnout's rough. But do I regret any of my classes and my teaching with VIPKid? No. I will say the good thing is that with those teacher no-shows, they were with my regular students, and I have them on WeChat. I'm not saying you need to have WeChat, but I am saying it was very useful to me. I messaged both my parents on there and told them that I apologize, that I've been sick, which I don't want to try to explain burnout and the translation issues with burnout. So I just said sick, because being burnout is being sick. Burnout is exhaustion, and exhaustion is real. So I told them I was sick, and then I apologized for missing our classes, and left it at that. And both parents told me to take care of myself. And actually, the feedback I just got was from the one of the students that had no-showed on. So, and then what was funny is my other student who I missed, she had a sub for one of the classes, of course. And her sub put on there, come on, of course my app's not loading. There it goes. Her sub wrote on there, hold on, I forget you have to do a certain way. She said, and like I said, I've taught this student 31 times. And she's gotten to be a regular student where I see her 2 to 3 times a week, and she sees me exclusively. And so the sub said, I was a sub today, and Emily was very confused to see me instead of her other teacher. Whoever you are, she was very concerned that you were not in class. I'm like, oh, that made my heart. That really made my day. Because I felt terrible about missing class. I missed class with her twice. She was the one I no-showed on twice. I felt terrible about missing classes with her. But we caught up, and we're back where she's back on my schedule. And thankfully, they didn't cancel classes. Thankfully, I have very loyal regulars. But anyway, so pros of VIPKid. It's fun. It's amazing. You're connecting with children across the world, and you are learning about them. They're learning about you, and Emily and I compare our cultures all the time in class. She's very smart. We go through the lessons quickly. So we always, every few slides or so, take time to talk and compare cultures. And she'll ask questions. And it's just amazing the connections we build across the world with children that we've never met physically in person. Cons, I'll let you know when I find some. I have not found any cons with VIPKid yet. I love it. I love what I do. And of course, I just wanted to take a moment to explain why I've been gone and to talk about my 2 years of VIPKid. So I'm excited for many, many more years. Hopefully I continue to work with them and meet more students, and maybe one day even meet my actual students in person. That would be amazing. But I have another class in 8 minutes. So thanks for watching. Bye.